It's an honor for all the yogis to be able to worship Shri Mataji as Adi Shakti. She would say that even all the deities and all the rishis are actually jealous of the Saja yogis because they are allowed, they have this big opportunity to, and blessing, to offer Shri Mataji in the form of Shri Adi Shakti Puja. So I thought we just close our eyes and try to feel that gratitude and humility in our heart that we have been bestowed with such a big blessing, and that Shri Mataji, because she's also a mother, she has given all her children this opportunity to offer her pujas.
So the presentations have only the words which Shri Mataji said about puja, about different procedures. Of course, there will be little bit interpretations or some things, explanation, which we might use some words. But I hope you understand the importance of keeping it pure. When they asked us about protocol, we were just wondering what to do. The only protocol in front of the goddess, as she said in this Guru Puja speech, is love. Our Guru gives the only thing is love, is the protocol of Sahaj Yoga, knowledge. So we thought of starting with the first one. Just you can. First of all, many times all of us wonder what is a puja. In Shri Mataji's words, we can see that puja is an external offering. But you should understand how to get the reward of the blessings of the puja and its prasad. We have all seen Shri Mataji's various aspects during puja. I don't know how many of you have noticed, whenever Shri Mataji came to the puja, she always had hair open. Did you notice this? Yes. But go and see on internet when she was attending some function with Sir CP. She always had hair tied up. This is a small thing to see how even the goddess, when she comes for the puja, she had her aspect very clear. Like a wife, she would go with her husband in an official party with the hair tied, like a Lakshmi or the... Instead, when she is the goddess, she comes here, one of the names of Sri Mahakali, Sri Muktakeshi. I don't know if you have seen that name. That means the one who has open hairs. And you have always seen all the pujas of Shri Mataji. I don't know if you all have noticed. She always had this hair open. And we are supposed to go only with our hair tied in front of goddess. So puja is not only what we do in puja. Its puja is also how we prepare ourselves internally and externally. It starts from the feeling that we are going to see the goddess. And the second point we can see, puja is how to overcome our material grossness. Puja is one of the things by which you can excite the form into formless. We offer her many things, but these are only things which are helping to increase the vibrational level, not only ourselves, but around. So that's why we use the material. Many of the yuvas came to us sometimes and said, "Auntie, but the pujas are too long. Like 3 hours, it's a long puja." I know. When we were yuvas, the pujas were 8 hours, even 10 hours. Yeah. And nobody was moving. So it was different. We had completely, the level was very different, vibrational level. Now we are many. So a puja even in 3 hours we can achieve what we couldn't maybe. Only goddess knows. We cannot say anything about it. And what happens in puja? These are only Shri Mataji's words, not ours, which we have put. Our centers are the centers of energies. but they too have our guiding deity sitting on all these chakras. We all know this. You can go ahead. Vuoi aggiungere qualcosa? Dai, aiutaci. Okay, now why do we do a puja? Of course, we do to please the deities. I don't know how many of you have noticed that it's very, very important that before starting anything of Sahaj, function, puja, in hangar here, we should clean the place. Sometimes we'd say it's really important because we are inviting the deities, so the place has to be cleaned. We sprinkle rose water all over the place because that gives auspiciousness to the place. The deities are pleased and they are feel welcomed. We have seen in many videos, Shimada is saying, if you displease deities, it's hard for me, I have to hold them. You remember some pujas, like she said, people were not attentive and the deities were very, very unpleased. And I had to keep holding them, not to be angry with you all. Many pujas, and her body would fill up with vibrations.
That's true. Yes. Yes.
There was one Adi Shakti puja in hangar, I remember. Okay. And Shrimataji could not sleep for 3 days. I don't know if you...
I don't remember this, no, but it's something would happen, yeah, often.
And she would not be able to sleep even because her body was so filled with vibrations that she would not be at ease, and she could not. And they had to pull away the vibrations to make her feel comfortable. Because she said the deities are unpleased because people had come not ready. They were not able to absorb the vibrations.
Yeah, that's true. She would always say you have to be able to absorb, because she would say that her body in automatic kind of absorbed all our negativities and transformed also those into vibrations. But in the puja it was even more, because whenever we offer a puja, the deities are excited or awakened in her body, and she has so many vibrations in her body that we should be able to absorb. That's very true. She would always say something.
I remember the ending, the third day she said, I remember this very well because she said, I don't want to do any more Adi Shakti Puja here in the West because they are not ready for it.
Okay.
But in her compassion, she came the next year again and she did it. But this is to make understand that when we are going to puja, it's not just going to puja with a nice sari, with a nice makeup. You want to go inside? So she has, okay. It's not only arriving with perfume, with nice sari, hair done. It's preparing internally for a puja. Of course, internally also means preparing, because we can meditate even at home. Why do we come for a puja? Why do we have to come till Cabella? Because puja is also offering. The fruits, our services. Many times people just forget that coming to puja is actually offering. So if you don't come with that bhava, that devotion, because you're not just coming and sitting for a puja saying, okay, mother, give me vibrations. That's very egoistical way of saying, I want to take vibrations for myself. Coming to puja is like pleasing mother, doing something for mother, doing something for the collectivity. Even preparing a prasad, a cake or something. When we are doing, we have the attention, we are doing it for her. Even though we are doing it for our brothers and sisters, when they eat, the cake goes in their stomach, which goes to her when they are pleased. So it's somehow going to her. It's like a circle. So with that bhava, that feeling, that devotion, it has to be prepared. Even cleaning, like just the photo, the hanger, it's cleaning our muladhara while cleaning that, no? Somehow. Deities, primordial deities, can you read it? It's familiar.
Yeah. Deities, primordial deities are with me. You worship me, and every deity in me is awakened, by which your deities are awakened. The formless energies start flowing, and then blows the wind.
The same thing we were saying. When we are placing the deities, preparing the hall for them, preparing the sweets for them, laddus for Shri Ganesha, perfumed flowers for Shri Ganesha or for the hall, it's actually we are preparing them and pleasing the deities which are in the goddess. And thus her deities are pleased and our deities gets pleased. And our energy starts flowing. So it's not just sitting that you do a puja. It's only, let me say, 1/3 of a puja. For me, at least if I just go and sit in a puja, it's 1/3 of a puja. We don't get that to that level, that feeling, Mother, have I pleased you this time? Have I been worthy of you? Have I been, that feeling has to be there.
Absolutely. So, shall we read? So, how to prepare ourselves for a puja? There should be no formality or binding in the offerings. It is correct to wash hands, but is your heart washed? I think this is also important because sometimes, especially when they ask us, so what is the protocol we should follow? I mean, there are, of course, indications that Shri Mataji has given, but the main thing is that we come with a sincere heart, a clean instrument, so clean chakras, and a real humility and devotion. So the formalities, I mean, at least in my experience, I've been maybe helping in the pujas in Cabella, but I remember pujas in India or in other countries, they would maybe have different, little bit different, let's say, formalities or procedures than what we see now. That means that that's not the most important thing, but the important thing is that we come clean, with our clean heart and with our sincere humility. The puja has its effect on everyone, but according to your depth. That is, again, what Yogita was saying, that we have to be, our instrument has to be empty and clean, ready to absorb all the vibrations. A puja or a prayer grows from your heart. Mantras are the words of your kundalini. Wow, this is beautiful.
I mean, these are all words which we have taken from various pujas.
Yes.
And to a puja or a prayer grows from our heart, well, just means what are we doing coming to that puja? Are we really preparing ourselves? We can be 1,000 people, but if 80% have come and who have not able to come prepared in that bhava, in that feeling, the vibrations would take a lot of time. Sometimes we have seen that even half the puja, it's still good. So it's very, very important that if we do any puja, at least clean ourselves properly, really properly, because we are doing not puja only for ourselves, we are doing for the whole world. Each puja, each one of us is an instrument for the goddess there. With that preparation, with that readiness, we have to be present. And we know the deities matter a lot. They really matter a lot. They really can make a change. Whenever the goddess is displeased, she is displeased because we haven't been able to hold what she has given. It's like a child. I just say, like, whenever we get up in the morning, we clean Shri Mataji's picture. At least I like to do it. We clean her feet. We put some perfume on her feet. We offer some akshada, rice on her feet. We offer some kumkum every morning on her feet. And somebody asked me, but Auntie, don't you think this is a ritual you're doing? It's doing every day. Every day you're doing this. Don't you feel it has a bit ritual? And I said, look, if my son comes and hugs me every morning, will I be feeling a ritual or will I feel the love? It's the same thing for me. If my son comes and hugs me and says, Mommy, I love you, I'm giving it with love you. I'm giving you a little perfume. Little thing. It's not ritual because a mother, even in the smallest of gestures, feels the love. And she is the divine mother. So how much that small gesture of ours is important. It's not a ritual. We can make it ritual by just doing it without the feeling. But if we do it with that feeling every morning, just massaging her feet. And offering the rice is asking the deities to be satisfied so that our whole family will be satisfied. That the nabis of the whole family, of our collective, will be satisfied.
So, how to prepare a puja place? Cleaning a puja place is like cleaning of our heart. The preparation has a special significance as it expresses our sincerity. So we can use rose water, offer flowers, perfume, dhoop, which maybe not all of you know is that stones of real natural incense which is burnt on the charcoal and that purifies extract and purifies the air and the rooms, inviting the deities. So that is also a part, like we just don't start the puja like that. We always have that initial invocation where we ask permission to offer the puja. And we ask the deities to be present and to give their blessings. So now we have a small video of Shrimataji.
Let's see if it works. Okay, you play it. This video, which we are going to see, it's a video of a very, very old puja which they were doing in England to Shrimataji. And it's called Bestowing the Boons, I think. In this, she is explaining each and all small parts of the video. Are the not only deities of which we say Shri Ganesha, Shri Hanumana, also of the deity of the place, deity of the family, because in India we normally have the deities of the families which we pray. And she said, everyone has to be pleased and have to be calmed. Even our ancestors have to be calmed because they can be disturbing somehow in the pujas. So these were the feelings. Now we don't do it. I'm not saying that we have to do all this. This is to make you understand how a puja should be prepared, with what understanding, with what bhava we have to prepare this puja. 33 million of deities. And we have to be aware of that. And we just don't have to fall into the rituals, but be aware what we are doing. So telling all of them to be quietened. You have seen in so many videos, Shrimati says, she starts coughing and she says, I didn't mention Krishna. That's why he's giving me trouble. She has done so many times. Or sun comes directly at her face and she says, I have to mention him. He's troubling me because of that. So we have to be aware, even the goddess has to respect and nominate sometimes these. So just being aware that when we are preparing the puja, all these have to be prepared with in mind what we are doing. That's all.
What must be the thing? Angel of the central of the what would it? Huh? So you are doing the same job.
Echo, stop. Also the parents have to be respected. Here the culture is that we have to know that we are part of them. Somehow we know the mother is the part of the heart, ours. So Matra Pita, we have to be asking them to be pleased and to leave us in peace when we are doing this puja.
Lakshmi Narayana Sarvebhyo Devebhyo Namo Namah Sarvebhyo Brahmanebhyo Namo Namah.
All the things, all the relations to be done. Say, to be bowed.
Now, the 12 names of Sri Ganesha. Nirvignamastu Suvakash Chaitadandascha Kapilo Kajal Karnatha Ambodarascha Vikato Vignanasho Ganadipa Dumraketur Ganadyaksho Bala Chandro Kajana Svachaitani Namani Yapatechunu Yadati Vidyavade Vivahecha Pradeshi Nirgame Tatha Sangrame Sankate Chaiva Vinaspasyana Jayate. That means people who say these names will get success in most things, in studying, marriage, and anything.
Yeah, all kinds of hurt. He's the one with the clear of hurt.
Okay, so these were the 12 names of Sri Ganesha, which we recite before starting anything new. Any entry into a new house, taking a new venture, starting a new job, even when you start preparing the puja or something, we take these names so that there won't be hurdles. So everybody who's working in something, if you are working in kitchen, we just say Sri Ganesha mantra and we start working. So every step should be done thinking, Ganesha, you know you are here to please assist us, so that they won't be breaking things and all that. It's important for the people who are preparing or who are working or who are present even. And especially marriages, in India, all these 12 names are taken. Anybody who knows anything about, we are not the only ones, you can contribute. If you have heard something, some stories with Shri Mataji, it can become a collective thing. Please do. Chanda Didi, please. Huh? Okay. So, coming to the Aarti, it's one of the many things which we all know Aarti, but it has to be done with the awareness what we are doing. Aarti is...
So when we show light to God or do Aarti to God, what do we do? By showing light to God, what do? Is we worship light within us. The light element gets enlightened within us. When you put light before God, when you show light to God, the light element within you gets enlightened.
Okay, as you can see, the lamp is our body. The oil is the compassion we put inside that. The wick is the Kundalini, and the light, the fire, is the spirit. So when we are doing this, Aarti, it's not just going in front doing. Many times we have seen people just rush, they get so agitated that they rush. It's to be done from the feet of Sri Mataji till head and brought down with whole respect. It doesn't matter how correct you are, but the feeling while doing it. Being aware that you're showing the light to the goddess, and this light will affect you and all whom you are representing in that moment. So that Aarti has such a big importance. And it should be done because sometimes we were scolded nicely. Why didn't it go over the head? So it has to go from the feet of Sri Mataji. She said, whole of my body you have to take. So with that, bowing down and doing the Aarti. Not just like this. It's just, Mother, you are the light. We all know that our body is made of 5 elements. And how these 5 elements will be balanced? When we please these elements within the body of the goddess. That's how our elements will be blessed. So, aggiungere.
Non so, super. Sto imparando. 5 elements. So these are also a little bit the meaning of all the elements, of all the objects which are used in the puja. So the flowers represent the principle of Mother Earth. The coconut is the water.
Actually, we have to add, because in some speech she has said also coconut is the earth also. So
Shell, with the conch which is always kept next to her chair, represents the ether. The dipa means the candle or the lamp, it's the light element. Normally also to the goddess they also give her a fan which represents the air element. It's true, we always keep a small fan next to her chair on the table, on the side table. All the 5 elements are pleased beforehand. So the essence of these 5 causal essences of these 5 elements should be pleased at this time and should be supporting the puja.
So when doing some puja, we are pleasing these 5 elements before starting the puja. That's why I'm saying, you don't come at the puja in the last moment with a nice sari and you sit and you think you are done. These 5 elements have to be pleased. And while pujaris are preparing or people are preparing, it's actually preparation for every one of us because they are representing us there. So we have to be aware that these elements should be done. I don't know if everyone knew about this, but these are always kept on the table next to her. So these are representing the 5 elements, and we should put them with that respect. Every time we are putting them, just having that feeling, okay, Goddess, be pleased with us. Let these elements be pleased with us, within us.
Bell.
Yeah, this bell, that's the sound element. Yes.
Oh,
it's
was
written,
it not there?
It wasn't there? The conch or sound or bell also is kept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
I-
Maybe we missed it,
Missed
but
it.
but yeah, the bell is also there, so we have to correct
that's
it.
the sound element also, yes. Ether, sound, air, yes.
Kalash Kumbha
Grazie.
Puja. Establishment of Sri Ganesha before starting of puja. A ghata means a vessel, kumbha, vessel that contains the kundalini, the vessel that contains the primordial desire within us to get to God. Normally we keep the coconut in this copper, right? Kumbha.
Copper or silver,
Yeah,
yes.
and or silver, with some water inside, and the leaves and the coconut. And Shimataji here is explaining the meaning of this kumbha. Shri Pala, meaning the fruit of the power that is Shri, that is of the right side power. The coconut is like the head in the structure.
So
Shipala means coconut, right?
coconut,
Okay.
yeah, Shrifala. No puja can start without a Shrifala. I remember this because she said it has to be kept, then only the puja can start, because it is representing Sri Ganesha on her. I want to add a little story. Many of you must have heard it, but I really insist on that. I was 13 years old, and as normally aunties tell, go and do this, go and do that. We used to do, and we just did it. And this auntie said, go and put the Shrifala, the kumbha. I just put it where she said. And Shrimataji came and she was standing on one side and she didn't want to sit. And she said, she called and she said, where is the coconut? And we were like, okay. She said, you know Sri Ganesha is on my left. You people can't make mistakes. And we had to shift it on the left of her. And then she sat on the throne. Before that, she was not even sitting. Of course, I'm saying this story doesn't mean you take it, okay, from tomorrow everybody's, you have to take it, because with us, she was very, very strict. And she wanted us to understand each thing which was done. With that bhava, with that understanding why we are doing, not just doing a ritual, but doing understanding. Okay, here I have to say about the coconut is kept. As we know, the coconut takes the water of the ocean or the sea. So it has the sea element inside. And the kumbha we put is representing the 5 rivers or the 7 rivers water inside. So it is the evolution, the river going towards the ocean. So this is representing the symbolic evolution of within us. So that's why it is very important to put, and water element has to be pleased also.
So I don't know if you want to add something about the swastikas. That
Yes.
They're also not part of the preparation, right?
Yes. Many times we have seen ladies are putting kumbha, this swastika, and chatting with each other or doing things. It's very, very important to do it, because you are preparing Shri Ganesha on the side of Shrimataji. So maybe saying Ganesha mantra, Ganesha Tarvashusha while doing it, offering the flower, offering akshada after you put it. Doing with that, you want to add something?
No, just because maybe people would ask, why do we put swastikas on all the vessels? I think it's to also purify them and make them clean for the use of a puja.
Sometimes there's rice inside and sometimes it's not in the rice.
Never. We have never.
I never heard about
I never heard. Rose water, yes, just to have it like little bit, but it's the water inside the kumbha is representing 5 rivers or 7 rivers, all going towards the ocean. That's why it is prepared.
And
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Normally we put the tree eyes, or how many? Yeah, three eyes of the coconut. We also put kumkum.
But the eyes have to be up, not on towards the water. Otherwise, you will see a plant growing. Because I don't know how the people change so many things. But this have to be, because these three eyes absorb all the negativities and keeps. We have seen that, not here, but I have seen some negative places. As soon as if somebody is not worthy, is preparing the coconut, it bursts immediately. So we have to be, I can just share an experience. We were doing a, in piazza, in the square of the city. We used to go and give depliance, telling people about our programs, doing every year. There was one particular year, he said, okay, we always used to take paper bags, put coconuts, 4 corners of our tent, and give this so that we wouldn't be affected too much. Because you know how it is, whenever you go, you absorb. And that year, all the 4 coconuts broke. And we were saying, what's happening? We didn't make anything different. And after 4 days, the earthquake started in our city, and it was for 2 months continuous. And that made me understand that we don't understand, we don't listen, we don't understand what's going on, but these elements know each and everything. So whenever you're going, like we have, if you want, after puja, put some coconuts, put in your cities, it will help the collective. It will help absorb the negativity. We just put in near the water sources or something, or dig it, keep it somewhere. It helps. We have to be conscious that these are instruments which Shri Mataji have given us to help ourselves and the collectivity. Should we...
Correct number of leaves, like I had 5 or 7 around.
5 or 7? Wait.
What is the question?
How many leaves you put? Well, 5 represent the elements, 7 represent chakra. Many times we have seen 7, many times we have seen 5, or somebody says
4 also.
4 for Shri Ganesha. So. But it's when you're doing it with which bhava and which understanding you're doing it. I've always put 7.
So question.
When we prepare for the puja, the candle has to be put always on our right side, respect to the picture of Mataji.
The coconut.
No, the candle.
The light.
Well, depends where there is the table.
Okay, because I understood that is on the left of Shri Mataji, but sometimes it is on the right. So
no, it always, in puja, it always depends on where, on the right side.
I always saw it on the right side during the pujas. In the public programs, I'm not sure.
No, also there, Shri Mataji, we used to put the table for the water on the right, so she could take the water, and it was always on that.
But sometimes maybe she asked also for left side, I don't remember. We have to...
There is not an exact indication for this.
Well, if
not that we know.
I can tell you one thing. When I came to West and I saw in Cabella, pujaris always kept the coconut on the right side. And for the first moment I said, Mother, if you don't say anything, I'm no one to say anything. And while talking to pujaris, they said it's very comfortable for them to move, because with coconut it can fall sometimes, because so many are moving, so they keep it under the table near. That's why it is. And I've seen Shri Mataji never said anything in the West. They were doing so many things for which we were scolded like anything. So the point is not rituals, but innocence also in doing it.
There's a lot of questioning around what type of leaves to use for komba.
What type of?
Collective, they could only use mango leaves, but in my current collective, you can use whatever you like.
Well, naturally it has to be leaf which is proper, like showing. Normally in India we use pan or mango leaves, but here you don't find them. So we use magnolia, we use whatever we feel is, it has to be clean, not defective, not with the marks, but obviously not a poisonous tree. Yes. Magnolia is, I use always magnolia because it has such a perfumed flowers, and Shri Mataji used to love that flower. Yes. So we said, okay, that's approved. Trying to be, yes. Okay. You see, she's putting kumkum to sanctify everything for the puja. Kumbha, light, conch, bell, everything is done. So this part is clear, no? Wait. That when we are preparing the kumbha, we are preparing the 7 or the 5 rivers of that country, so that the water is vibrated of these rivers. While doing that, we are doing that kind of work. And that this water will go in the nabi of the people and they will see God. It's such a big gesture. Preparing of only the kumbha, the water in the kumbha is that. I don't know how many of you were aware of this.
So these act on the water of the river of the ocean?
No, the kumbha, we go to the tap and put the water inside. But while putting, we have to be aware we are representing the 5 or the 7 rivers of this country. We are praying to them because we put akshada, rice, and gandha, something perfume, flower, and we pray to that kumbha and say, let these rivers be awakened, the water of these rivers be awakened, so that the water is drunk by the people and their nabi is satisfied and they should seek the God. Yeah, it's a big thing. It's not just going and keeping, because sometimes we just go and keep without understanding that each part of the ritual has such a deep meaning. So putting of these 5 things is so important. The flowers, the kumbha, the bell, each element. When they blow, she's saying the conch is representing the kundalini within us. And when we blow that, we make the sound during a puja. It is invoking our kundalinis to get awakened. So slowly, sometimes we forget it doing some of the things in puja, but it always has a significance.
I remember once that I hear a puja on CD, and the beginning was this, Shiva Mataji saying, this puja, Kali puja, is for the entire universe. So I say, for my brain, impossible to understand. Yes, I hear the words, but it's too big for me to imagine that you can do a puja and this have a reflection on not only on the art or the place, but the entire universe is over my imagination.
Nice experience.
Well, I think I heard that when Shrimati said this, Cabella is so special because when the pujas are done here, the vibrations expand all over the world. So somehow it was more significant. And here, I don't know, I was present in one of the times they were serving Shrimataji, and we were behind, sitting always in the beginning years, And Sir CP was teasing her. So, which is your favorite house? Your favorite house must be Pratishthan because you modeled it, you designed it, you made everything in. And she smiled and she said, no, Cabella is my favorite house. And we were like, wow. That joy, I'm here. And then afterwards, after 2 seconds, she said, because all my children can come here, always. And I got the true understanding why it was her, because everybody can come and everybody works here and pleases her by hands. This is, I think, one of the only house where we all work together here to please her. That time I don't know if there was Kana Johari or no, or other things or no, but I remember this part because I have been also to Pratishthan, and I can tell you each decoration, even the angels and everything is designed and done by Shrimataji's instructions in Pratishthan. Even the plaster of Paris, she was telling us as Yuvas, do like this, put this amount of plaster of Paris, this amount of water, now go like this. Each and every one of us were going like this and working there. And she made that house with that feeling. So you can imagine how much she was working for every single thing.
So flowers and garlands. When you offer flowers, then the elements and deities are happy in the chakras. If the flowers are beautiful, then they give you Swadhisthana, and if they are fragrant, they cure your Muladhara. Wow.
So while offering flowers, we have to realize that we should have both kind of flowers, beautiful ones, but also fragrant ones, because fragrant flowers, I don't know if you saw in this puja, we tried to get the flowers from Dubai, which were really well. It could feel, you go on the stage, because they were fragrant. We had beautiful stage, beautiful flowers, but Italian flowers don't have that kind of quality.
That's true.
So fragrant flowers do have effect on our Muladhara.
We use jasmine for that because jasmine has.
Yes, that's why we always have lilium. Lilium also always has. So we always keep in our places, meditation centers, at least some lilium to have little bit.
Fragrance.
Which flowers is not allowed to use in pujas?
What's
Garofani.
Garofani is, in English I was trying to. No.
Come si dice in inglese? Carnations. Yeah.
Carnations. Okay.
But even that is, I heard once
Shimataji blessed it because they offered her so many times. She said, now even they are forgiven. You know the story of, all the story of Shiva and Vishnu and Brahmadeva, no?
No.
Yes.
No, but you say it. I mean, if you want, you can tell a nice story.
There was a story that there was a competition between Brahmadeva and Sri Vishnu, and Shiva had created a tower of fire, and he said, "Who can reach the end will be more glorious, will be prayed more." And this Sri Vishnu went on one side. Shiva was in between, obviously, staying, because he never moves. Shiva is Shiva. And Sri Vishnu was going once, and Brahma was going on the other side. I don't remember exactly. And then after some time, Sri Vishnu came and said, I couldn't find the end of it. I don't know. And he admitted. And then, but Sri Brahma, while going, met this flower. And he said, this flower cheated. And he said, no, I have seen the end. Don't worry, just go and say that there is an end to it. So Sri Brahma came and he said, okay, I have seen the end. And Sri Vishnu Sri Shiva became very angry. And he said, no, there is no end to Shiva Tattva. Like, there is no end to me, my power. And that's why there are no temples of Sri Brahmadeva any place in India. There's only one temple of Sri Brahma in India, which is not even very big, very small. Instead, there are a lot of temples of Sri Vishnu. You must have seen. This is Shiva's temple, this is Vishnu's temple, but no Brahmadeva's temple. I don't know how many have noticed this, because of this story. And this flower was cursed at that moment, that you will be never used again for the pujas of the goddess and goddesses. But so many times people have offered it to Sri Mataji that.
Because he has no heart.
Also that's the scientific part of the people's explanation, but the story behind is this.
Was it orchids?
Orchids are considered wild flowers and not to be offered, but even so many times they have been offered to Sri Mataji.
Orchids.
She said it captures boots or something.
For example, this flower behind you is poisonous. The one you have there.
This.
The red one.
Okay.
We didn't know.
Can we thought it will take 5, 10, 15 minutes. It's taking a lot. Okay. So Panchamrut, we all know it, no? This part at least everybody knows, so we'll go fast over it. The milk, why?
So the milk, in India, the cow is regarded as a very humble animal. It gives its milk, it provides everything. Then sugar is useful to assist in establishing the sweetness
of our hearts.
Then ghee. So when you rub my feet with butter, your Vishuddhi will improve. So it's maybe
Yeah, these are
connected
words
to
of
the
Shri Mataji.
Vishuddhi.
Yeah?
Yogurt, which represents the white part of the sky and forms a halo around the moon. So these are the
Just go
five
a bit down.
ingredients of Panchamrut.
Okay, the honey.
Honey, when you get honey, then your attention gets enlightened. Yeah.
Leggi anche quello dopo.
In Puja, the ingredients that were used were firstly little ghee, followed by honey, yogurt, milk, and sugar.
Shri Mataji normally would give this instructions. First ghee. Echo. This one thing I want to precise, because sometimes we find pujas where they put one whole glass of ghee. I mean, ghee is, they used to put ghee and she would rub her feet. I don't know if you notice. And she would, not lots of ghee, some ghee. But otherwise it forms a big layer on the top and nobody drinks amruta. So we have to use ghee.
It's not the same amount than the other five elements. Yeah.
Just little ghee. Please make sure, because people have to drink.
You know, in some countries they warm up amrut. How is it like not to be done, or how it is?
No, I personally, because we also live in a cold country, we just use 3 spoons of ghee so that amruta is able to. Because if you heat the ghee, how can you heat the ghee? How can you heat the amruta? I would never even imagine.
I never heard about it.
No.
The ghee they are warming.
So just keep the water, hot water with the ghee ready. So you can pour the glass of the ghee should be kept in the warm water before puja. So it remains liquid. Just first thing is ghee. So that, and of course I didn't write the saffron
threads.
Saffron threads, those are very important also. So those, you must have seen, Shri Mataji was breaking them like this with the hands, taking sugar and breaking it with her hand to vibrate it.
Okay.
What's the saffron for?
It's the most precious part of the flower. Most precious, you know how it costs a lot. And it has lots of qualities of purification inside the body. Skin, liver and all. That's why saffron is used. Each ingredient. Echo, one thing we have to remember, to the goddess we don't offer cheap things. Always the most precious, the most expensive.
So rice should be put in her, this is Devi Puja, rice should be put in her lap. By putting rice in you, the satisfaction of getting food or food that gives you satisfaction is enlightened. Okay.
I prepared in hurry, you know, always.
Yeah. So it's true. I mean, like when we do the Devi Puja and we offer maybe even dry fruits or even saris, we always sprinkle a little bit of rice. So probably that's not what she meant.
We offer Aarti.
Huh?
Aarti.
Oti is the offering of the...
It's a sari.
It's the Devi. In the beginning, Shri Mataji would hold like this and we would put fruit with the rice. Now, in the last years, we have started doing it
already in one tray.
Yeah.
But also with the coconut.
Also with the coconut, always. Little bit of rice, because this rice, the deities love rice. I don't know if you know, but we always prepare some rice with kheer for the havan also, if you can. Rice cooked in the milk with little sugar and dry fruits, because you offer also to the fire something satisfying. And when you offer rice, the deities are happy. So then deities are happy, your Nabi is happy. It's always...
It's actually all for us. But yes, it's true. Okay.
It's okay?
So I don't know, the Devi Puja, then maybe you have seen, maybe you didn't describe more on the Devi Puja?
The fruits, I have prepared the other slides of the puja.
Okay.
So faster. I didn't imagine it would take so long.
Yeah.
Encyclopedia.
These are...
Can I ask something?
Of course.
What's the meaning of, I don't know, you know,
Come.
the meaning of the child offering the necklace, the Mangala Sutra? Because in some puja, we can see that it's happening and in some other not.
Well,
So,
local pujas, we don't offer the sari, the Mangal Sutra, because not every center has a Mangal Sutra or a sari. You can offer a small piece of cloth to the goddess with coconut and some rice. That's already enough. Or if you don't have even that, just the coconut and rice is enough.
I think the child represents Sri Ganesha because the Mangal Sutra is something that represents marriage, no? A married lady. So it's proper to be maybe offered by a child which is innocent. Otherwise, normally it would be the husband, no, that should put it on. So.
It's the boy, young boy, innocent boy. That's why they always ask us, very, very young child, to offer this Mangal Sutra to God. Also in the beginning years, you remember we were always putting the swastika on the feet of Shri Mataji. It was done by the Gauri, the girls, very
unmarried
girls. But not only unmarried, very, very innocent. Gauri means the girls who are virgin, like pure girls, who don't even have the thoughts, don't know anything about the parts. So they go and draw this swastika. Echo, one thing, when you are drawing that, do it slowly. Sometimes people are... You are drawing the most auspicious symbol on the most goddess feet. So with that bhav, with that feeling, with that...
But like I remember as a kid, always moms and mothers would go, like married ladies would go and do the swastika.
So
no, it was later.
It was later.
I was a kid and
I was kid and I would go many times as a girl. Okay. We were called as a child, and then Shri Mataji to make it faster. Make it faster.
But she asked normally maybe only the same people. They were not like the normal ladies who come for Devi Puja. So maybe it was Auntie Alga or other few people that knew how to do it, and that's what they... But normally it was unmarried girls.
In the beginning, at least first 10 years, I remember we were called as young girls to draw this because it's Gauri Puja. Gauri Puja means really the virgin getting this honor of praying to the goddess.
Yes. I also remember once we were in one India tour, and at those times, always the girls would get cold. So there was a group of girls in that year in the group of yogis. So we were always ready to go and do the Gauri Puja. And there was one girl between us that at some point in Ganapati Pule got married. But the puja exactly after, Shri Mataji again called for the girls for Gauri Puja. Maybe, she forgot. I mean, it was just marriage maybe one day before. So she went up again. And I remember Shri Mataji saying, no, you're not supposed to come. I mean, so that was the original meaning. Then maybe in the later years, because it would be faster, otherwise she had to teach every girl, how to do it properly. Then it was done by two bigger, adult ladies, but not
everyone.
Not everyone, not like the ones who would come up for
and
representing the countries.
I feel that girls like 25, 27 or just thinking of going, no, it should be girls like 15, under 15, very innocent. Gauri is properly pure. Gauri is, because you are doing it for the goddess, you are representing everyone present in the puja. So that little auspiciousness should be kept.
It's before poverty, probably. Huh? Before poverty, the girls.
Maybe,
but I think it's the pureness of mind. I think more important than body only. Because we were called till 16 or 17 or even more 18. Yeah. But it had to be really.
I mean, Shri Mataji was also giving us the opportunity. Yeah. Maybe we were not at all ready, but she was very gracious with us.
Okay, just to go quick now, we have what to do. This is, I have done some collection of some different pujas. This is Surya Puja. I don't know.
Makar Sankranti.
Makar Sankranti. She's gone up. Just can you go? Okay, no, it's not shown. So you can go a little. Surya Puja. This is the first puja of the year where we offer sesame seeds, sweet. You know all these. But we just want sugar balls. Can you see the Shri Mataji wearing all the jewels with the sugar balls?
Oh,
This-
that is Makar Sankranti.
Makar Sankranti.
Okay.
They made all the jewels with these sugar balls and she wore them. It's like to bring the auspiciousness and sweetness to the people. Sometimes when people say, but why do we have these much rituals so long, the puja, the kids are crying. Okay. So just remember that the goddess herself at age of 60 to 80 was staying and doing each thing for us. Who are we to say it's too long, too short, too this? Just having that, we remember Mataji was also staying after the puja for so many hours.
Presents.
Flowers,
Yeah.
talking to each person. Okay, and a plate of lentils and grains are offered to her because this puja is also praise of the Sri Shakambari Devi, the goddess who gives the agriculture. So one of the aspects of God. And in this puja you do also her puja. So this fresh vegetables and all are offered. Divya? Okay, sorry. I've just done little bit. There are many more things, but here we are just putting Shiva Puja, offering of Thandai, a special cooling drink which is made by the almonds soaked in the night for the whole night, and then khaskhas, poppy seeds.
And milk.
And milk and sugar, rose syrup, rose jam is added to make that. It's a special drink which we make normally, we or Indian girls make for this puja, Shiva Puja. And then the ashes, the sandalwood powder is burnt to make the ashes, and that ashes Shrimataji puts on her. You have seen this, or with the
Geru.
With the geru or with this ashes. Depends. In different pujas, she has done different
things.
Geru
it's a red powder which comes, I think, from a type of soil.
Yeah, it's red soil like Ganpati Pule has that kind of soil also. It's very purifying.
It's good for left side, no?
It's good for left side. And people with hot liver shouldn't take it much. It has to be taken with the honey for the left nabi problems. Okay, sandal, geru powder, rudraksha. Rudraksha represents the rosary. It's one of the most auspicious seed, and they make this
garland with reddish bowl. Yeah, bowl.
It was offered also in Guru Puja. Have you seen that? No, that's yeah. Okay.
White cloth.
White cloth for the damru. Damru is what Shrimati is holding in the hand here. It's not so clear, but this makes a sound.
Like a tambourine of Shiva.
Yeah.
And sorry, if we are doing in a small local collective, like all these things?
No, this is just to give a, white cloth. When we do in the small collective, in our collective, we don't get this fruit. What is this fruit? A bel phal. We just use coconuts. The next most auspicious fruit is coconut, so we use that. You have to be more elastic, but in most auspicious manner anyway. That's all. And we don't get the trident leaves for this because Shiva is offered at the end. Have you seen, no? These leaves. So we don't find that, so we offer rose leaves because they have the same form. Okay.
But I heard about laurel leaves, that it's also very nice.
Bay leaves.
Yeah, but for that three has to come. Three trident forms. And rose has that. You can always find. So we go on safe side. Okay, let's quick.
Green mangoes.
Green mango. After coconut comes green mangoes.
Yeah, the bel pal is a fruit, no, like that round. That the real original one is like a round thing,
yes,
which I never seen in the West.
It's a shell type. This is what we had decorated for our center, the Shiva Puja, representing the mountains and all. So you see that these things are put. Here we can't see, but this is Rudraksha white cloth, ashes, geru, sandal powder. sandal paste is offered at the feet of Shrimataji because this is cooling, so it cools us. Yeah. Divya, okay. I think it's Krishna Puja, we all know, no? We don't.
Yeah, no, tulsi leaves, butter, Gopal Kala, I don't know what is it for you.
Gopal Kala, there is a very nice story of Sri Krishna. When Sri Krishna was going to the river with his friends, he is the god of collectivity. So what he would do, everybody who's bringing something, he would mix it together and make the same thing. So Gopal Kala is the riso soffiato, puffed rice, fruits, achara, spice, everything together. And that's offered to Sri Krishna, saying, you are the one who is the collective more. So every puja we may put yogurt also, no? I may be doing fruit, coconut, fruit. So everything, it is representing every Gopala which used to go with him to the river. Everybody was bringing their food and it was mixed all together. So it is given as the most auspicious prasad for that puja. Flute.
Yeah, those we don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sudarshan Chakra is what Shrimataji is holding.
So okay.
The weapon.
I think that's done. So the other presentation we go faster because I thought this was taking maximum 25 minutes.
These materials you put on the...
Maybe we can give it to Divya and then she
It's
can...
in the Shakti seminar on the desktop.
I don't know. Dove c'è? No, c'è la yogita.
Oh, I just prepared it. If you want, I can send the PDF to everyone.
Yes, yes.
Okay. It's a PDF. It was a presentation which I transformed in PDF now, so everybody can have it. Okay, you can go fast for that. This is the initial lamp which we prepare for the Aarti normally. I took just the pictures of our center. We have this center, we have all the things. The lamp is prepared, echo. When you can also prepare already in your center this diya, lamps in a box for 2-3 pujas. So you don't run in every puja, just with the ghee and preparing this wick properly so that it burns during whole Aarti. It's important to learn how to make these things. And here kumkum haldi is offered before, then kumkum, then akshada, then the perfume. There is a sequence, but as I told you, it's better not to be nervous and do the Aarti tranquilly rather to be I have to go. No, just importance is doing it with the heart. And perfume. You can go. This we showed already, so. The table with all the things is kept on the side of Shrimataji. You see the water glass with the chechi, roasted chanas. I don't know if you remember, sometimes Shrimataji was eating chana, making such a sound. And it was like she was saying, I'm eating the boots all around.
The Aarti is to the beginning or the end? The plates that you...
This one was for the beginning. At the end, we normally make that a 5-1 or 3-1 or depending. For the beginning plate, we always put haldi, kumkum and others. For the end, you don't put. Okay.
How long should the fire at the beginning of the Aarti be left to burn?
I always leave it
You
to...
just leave it the whole time, it is not necessary to take out.
Maybe pujaris are afraid that somebody moving it. So, but we never close the light. It's Aarti of Shrimataji. So just leave it on the side and it goes on. We don't need to close.
Yeah, I don't know.
Actually, these are pictures just taken during... This is the Aarti plate of the Ganesha Puja, no? Washing of the feet of Shrimataji. So preparing that plate even has a significance. Preparing it saying it's going for Ganesha, making the kumkum these things. Each plate has to have kumkum, because you are saying you are going to be used for the goddess.
Just a question, Auntie, because the kumkum for the plates, you put swastika, but then with the water.
For the water, yes.
People
Not
drink water. They don't. Then how do
no.
you
If you are washing the faith of Shri Mataji with water, with the children touching it, you don't drink that water. That goes to the plants. But if you are just offering like this, that can be used for purifying yourself. Sometimes Shri Mataji would give us for the washing of our face that red water, and we use it for vibrating our sastraras, vibrating our faces, putting on our hands, sprinkling on our hands. But if you have to drink, then you don't have to put swastika. So you have to remember, and one more thing, nobody should touch that water. Even only the children, when they are washing, that should be immediately offered to the plants, because it is sucking away all the negativities from the children, purifying them. So there are 3 kinds of water washing.
Can I ask something also about the coconut that we offer during the puja? Can we keep it, or we also immediately offer it to Mother Earth?
Which one?
Coconut, the kumba.
The kumba.
No, kumba can stay 2-3 days, but not more. I normally, it depends. You can immediately see that it's gone off. I don't know. We have feeling after 3-4 days, just offer it to the river. But you don't offer immediately, because everything which is offered to the goddess has not to be touched for 24 hours.
The same for Mahaprasad, yeah?
Yes, we don't touch it 24 hours.
I mean, it's done in some seminars, sometimes done in some rented schools, something they take it off immediately,
Yeah.
give it to people. Is it like still?
But telling them not to eat for 24 hours. You have to be conscious that it is offered and the ganas are protecting those things. I remember sometimes, it has happened twice, that Mahaprasad was given to her and she said, bring the plate after 2-3 days, and we were like this, oh God.
Yeah, or even the nuts, all
Yes,
that. Sometimes she would ask in the room that where is the
nuts
the things that were offered at the puja. So at the end, after that, we always kept them in her bedroom, so that she could, for some days, also be able to actually eat them. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why here also, you must have seen, everything is brought back and kept in her room or in the hall. And covered while bringing, and then left like that, because 24 hours everything is protected by the ganas. You should not eat them.
Same regards like prasad for Shri Mataji, like when they do,
Yeah.
like
Those trays with the
Special
nuts or with the fruit or even the.
and prasad they offer to Shri Mataji as well, yeah. Cake.
No, but the cake, normally we make a plate with a piece of cake from all the cakes that have been prepared, so that they should not be touched. The others, of course, we offer to.
Yes.
No, this.
Just remember, there are 2 kinds of prasad. Mahaprasad, which is prasad for the goddess, and prasad, which is for the people.
No, but I mean that plate you offer to Shri Mataji is prasad, which is taken from each plate.
Yeah, that you don't
Still being
offer.
spoiled in 24 hours after, it's fine still.
Yeah, but then after 24 hours you can put it in the water or
Yeah. But normally we distribute also after 24 hours, not
if it's
before.
not gone boiled.
It's not gone bad, yes.
Rose petals and flowers which
But we can give them to the people, and that they can spread in the rivers on the source of water in their country or something. This time we gave these scented flowers to people. But of course, it should go with the due respect, knowing it as goddess, not our flowers, but God.
And the coconut, I heard we can leave it like till the next moon, or it's not true.
But I always say, go with your common sense. Sometimes you see that it has gone off, it shows the colors is gone. So just depends. Sometimes 7 days also is okay. If you're doing in your center, only Sahajogis come there, you can leave it till the next meeting also, or even after. It all depends. As we said, we don't want to be saying things that they should become the rules. We are just...
No, also because Shri Mataji would tell us to do different things at different moments, so it's not that
we can never, she would say one thing to us and then the next time she would say something different.
Yes, it's true.
We have to develop answer.
Yeah, or it's also the importance is the heart and state of our inner being more than everything else. And also not to think while we are doing, that is very important, I think.
The agitation spoils the whole mood of it. So when you're doing, if you're doing with that bhava, I'm going in front of the God. I'm doing it for the Supreme Goddess. I'm representing my smallest part of this and going before her. You will see that things will go all right. Just go with that bhav. Preparing the fruit, preparing the, yes. Here we have to precise, the fruits have to be auspicious fruit, incense, not the cheap ones. And we never put the
citrus, bananas.
Echo, I would always go and read Amruta on various topics. One day somebody asked me, why not banana, ma? Once she said, banana is the cheapest fruit. But in India. So, but there is another story. Then I said, why don't I go and read on banana? I would invite everybody, read on banana what Shrimataji has said. There are like 7-8 speeches on that. I don't know if you have read it.
No.
It's connected to Shri Adi Shankaracharya. So this is a small homework given to everyone.
What about salad foods like plums, fine? Because some...
Yes, that we have.
Whatever is sweet we used to select. I don't know, that was the kind of guiding,
Yeah.
So not the citruses, like oranges or
Lemon.
very acidic or sour. But otherwise, I mean, even the pineapple, not always sweet, but we always put it, right? So, grapes.
Dry fruits, obviously not the peanuts, Arakidi.
Okay, yeah. I never
Because
saw them, it's true.
Arakidi, Shrimataji described that it's going out of the evolution now. So, and it is very, very, very liver, heavy for the liver, so we should not. I mean, we do it sometimes when it's there in the house, but for the goddess, it should not be offered at least. Whenever we were making sabudana khichdi or sabudana vada for Shrimataji, we were using almonds, toasted almonds for it.
Instead of peanuts.
Yes, okay. Because the recipe is, because she was loving that thing. I remember this story I have to tell because it was one of the sweetest moment to see. We had prepared, I had learned in the school to make this sabudana vadas, and I prepared it on Tuesday for the breakfast. Shrimataji was so happy. She said, okay, call inside. And she said, it's so nice, you have to give the recipe. And then she added, this weekend my children are coming. I would love all of them to have this. So she called English leaders and made the sabudana come in time so that the children who were coming could have this delicacy. She was even making the menu of whole weekend. My children are coming, my children are coming. So the importance of food given in the hanger is not just, okay, I'm not feeling, I won't go. It's her prasad, it's her attention, it's her, and going and working in the kitchen is the food offered by Shrimataji to her children. Don't go there to just say,
cutting onions.
Cutting onions, they are always, you won't believe that sometimes she would make us make samosa. The whole night the Indian girls were folding samosas. So the people get up and take this samosa plate and they would finish this breakfast plate in 2 minutes. And we were making the whole night, not attending the programs, not attending anything. But it was desire of Shrimataji that her children coming, like every mother wants to offer the best to the children. So please, whenever you are there, go in the kitchen and work because it's Shrimataji's expression of love for her children.
Bello. Bellissimo.
These we have already explained, so go ahead. Preparing for the Devi Puja, all Akshada, preparing always the kumkum and all that. It's just, I have put some plates so you have the idea which plates are to be prepared. I'll send this PDF, okay? You want to add something for the...
Well, this is what you see now, the Devi Puja, where we are symbolically helping Shri Mataji to decorate herself, offer her jewelry, offer her bangles. We offer the sari, which is also like the dressing up of the Devi. So it's also a very beautiful part of the puja. The thing what we do on stage, normally the ladies standing with the sari at the beginning was they would stand the whole process, not through the whole process, because it was like not allowing people to see when the Devi is, getting ready. Now we do it at the beginning to offer the sari, but that was the symbolism behind it. So.
Also, it's a request. Now everybody wants to bring a sari, a hosting country, and we get 7-8 saris for the puja. But normally she always wanted an international sari and a national sari, like two saris.
Maybe very beautiful, but
very beautiful. Now we get not so good saris, or sometimes even plastic saris, but there's 7-8 saris. But some countries don't have people who know what is a real sari, and they get cheated. I really don't want to criticize, but I can understand those who don't even know go on internet and buy it, and then we don't know how to handle those saris because it's not worth goddess, but they have brought with so much love. So we would always say 2 very good saris representing all the collective, rather than 10 saris on 2 or 3. 2 are put on the top and one is OT.
One nice thing I kind of thought when speaking of this part of the puja was that the song that we sometimes sing as a bhajan, I don't know if you know, Gane Gane Jangala, that describes exactly all this part of the Devi Puja. So the offering of the bangles, the anklets, wearing of the sari, putting the kumkum. So that's a very nice song.
Question, and women who make the Devi Puja, should they cover their heads?
Yeah, I mean, like in my presence, I never heard Shri Mataji saying it's something compulsory, but I've seen in India they always cover, right?
Okay.
But sometimes if it's very uncomfortable and it makes you, clumsy, especially for people who are not used to wear saris every day, I think it's more important to, be able to stand properly. Of course, maybe you can cover your shoulder, but
okay.
I don't know. That's what my opinion.
There is a part of it which before the goddess, you cannot go like this. You have to cover yourself properly. So if you already cover yourself, that's more important. Obviously, that she was asking sometimes, ask them to cover the head because maybe she could feel the egos, but I don't know. But I saw sometimes she said in various pujas, she said, tell them to cover. Come with that understanding that you're standing in front of the goddess. Yes. That's why she made them do covering. But for some people, I don't remember ever me getting told or something. We did Devi Puja in India, never. And so many things she never told us. Even to you, I have never seen, she said, to cover your head.
But I was not doing because I knew I would make some, clumsy thing maybe. So I don't know, but
also me, whenever we did,
but it's true to sometimes she said to people to cover their head, or even I remember during the wedding ceremony when the brides would come up, she would be particular on how
the hair,
the looks. Also, they should look neat and proper, basically, and not
she would scold quite a bit the ladies who are not, at least you have to be proper. Yeah. I remember putting kumkum, putting
makeup in the sense that looking nice and clean and decent and beautiful also, no? So.
And we asked about the garland, which is given in the beginning, and sometimes it's left on Shri Mataji. Was she sometimes leaving the garland on herself?
No, never.
She would always remove, no?
Yeah, I heard this, they started making heavier and heavier and heavier garlands. And I heard once, we sent, and then she said, have some pity on my neck. you are giving it to me. Like, it's not showing off a garland, it's offering a garland. It's not for us saying, look how beautiful I have made the garland. It's for her, the garland. So it should be comfortable. So having a garland, I remember this sentence, like, I was in front, but I don't know if you were this, and she said, make it that I can at least put, it doesn't have to. Okay.
About one last point about the crown. Sometimes it's also offered, and you don't feel like sometimes it's so easy to start the picture sometimes, and then you feel like, should we take it off during the puja, or we should keep it till the end? Like, I don't know, like all this, like, because sometimes it's really confusion and we don't see the picture sometimes. I mean, not here, but in some seminars.
No, I don't think that's respectful for Shrimataji, keeping a crown which covers her face.
No, it should be maybe, it can be put on the side.
It can be taken off and put it on the side.
Yeah. Or at least on the side of the picture. Of course, if you have a small picture, then you should also have a smaller crown.
It can be offered and taken off on the side.
It could be on maybe on a table, maybe not on the ground, but no.
No, I mean, Shrimataji's face is more important than a crown. You have to always use a bit of common sense in that. Doing things in a manner that is respectful for her. Yeah. Because I have to tell you, this is the other day I was saying, ladies, don't put chair in the front. Ladies, don't put the chair next to Shrimataji. And one of the ladies answered me, but there's no Shrimataji. So that moment I was saying, what are you doing here? Like, so it's not, we have to also, when we come, don't have to only think our comfort of our brothers and sisters who are coming. I'm coming here for the whole collective, not for doing my puja comfortably in my chair. What are we doing here then? So that part is important. Am I sitting? Am I proper? Am I okay? Or my child, only my son has to have enough space. No, we are here as a collective being. And we have to respect this part of collective. We have to respect, we cannot put the chair right next to her and sit. There's Shrimataji's picture, you go, okay, one other part, you should never sit higher than Shrimataji. Shrimataji's picture has to be taller than you where you're sitting. It's one of the part of the... Am I missing something? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Okay, but these are small things just to be conscious with whom we are. I think one of the things is sitting before her sometimes, looking at her and saying, you are the goddess, you are the goddess. Not only saying, interiorizing this truth. This is a very big truth. And if we have it inside, I think we make less mistakes. It's not protocol of the plate, of the right, of left. It's protocol of the heart.
There's a question. I was just going to say that I noticed recently the way that people sit in the hanger is changed since when I was a child. Now it's a lot more flexible to sit on whichever side you like. So I just wanted some guidance.
I would throw away all the chairs away, really.
No, she say mixing the genders like men and women.
I mean, it was not allowed.
Yeah.
During especially pujas, it was not allowed ladies with the men. I mean, we handled 2-3 children each sometimes in pujas without having need of, I know.
No, I mean, I know that even not during puja, Shrimataji will notice if some girls were sitting in the boys' sides or the opposite, she would say,
I'm sorry, but the chairs give me, I'm the always one who has to tell, please remove the chairs. So it is so hurting to do that part before puja because it spoils your attention. And it's a real request. If everybody can have this protocol on their own, that nobody has to, if you have to go and say someone, the next day you hear the speech of Shrimataji, you should have a sweet tongue, you should never say, you say, Shrimataji, that was not me, that was my role. But still, it hurts. So it's a nice thing that everybody takes care. I mean, in our time, we never had chairs.
No, I know.
In the beginning, in the front at least.
Even line on the side.
At the end, everybody would bring their chair and not fight for a chair.
No, the chairs should be in the back.
Chairs should be in the back. Nobody should sit. Big leader, big, small, or anything should be back actually.
Or on the side.
Or on the side.
It's nothing to do with it. When we get this fed after the puja, I was under the impression they have to put it on your left side. But just 2 days ago, I was talking to a sister, and she mentioned that depending upon which side you feel is imbalanced, right or left, you can put it on. Now, I really don't know what is right and what is wrong. I just
Well,
understand that.
obviously common sense can be, but I think it's for the ladies, it's left side because we are more left-sided normally. Our emotions work more than us, and men normally put on right. But depending, this sister came and she put it on my hand, and I didn't say, okay, it's okay, it doesn't.
No, I mean, no, so we don't know. There's no rule.
No, there's no rule exactly. There can be like where it is put. It's normally we take it away after 7 days. So, but if you put on left, on right, depends also on. This.
Normally, yes.
Offer it to the river.
It's interpretations. There's no, yeah.
I have one question about the children during the Ganesha Puja. So I don't remember because I was so small. But is there an age that the children should go? Should the mothers go? Should the fathers go with the children? Should no adults go? Was there something that Srimataji explained about this at all?
I mean, I think not that she explained, but sometimes she would request special, a specific range of age herself. She was saying maybe this time, no babies, or this time even till 18 years old. So she was changing. Sometimes in the later pujas, she would say not to bring babies because it was a longer process, I feel, or not to bring children that could not walk on their own, so that they had to be accompanied. But in some other pujas in the past, I remember all
Ganesha
of them
Puja
coming.
especially Ganesha Puja, I remember sometimes
All
she
of
would
them,
allow all
yes.
of them.
Yeah.
But other pujas, I remember she would say not babies.
Yeah. So I don't think she has specifically given a rule, but no.
But I think own discretion should be there. If you see there are too many children already, you say, okay, I have had many pujas or my child gets. So like there are here pujas, local pujas where all the children go anyway. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
it was changing every time, I feel like.
Yeah.
But there were times where Mataji would see maybe the moms stand up with small babies and she would say, no, they shouldn't come. Not because I feel the reason was more also of not becoming it too long, because it was, yeah. Finito.
it's finished, no? Okay. Yeah, there was one video, but we cannot. That's... Yeah. I'll send the link of that video so you can watch. It's only explanation of the whole process and all that. There are, I don't know, but these are all videos. Everything is taken from various videos of Mataji. So if you go, the best thing is to watch the old video, the puja part. You learn so much because you learn the love and the Mataji herself teaching everything. Not only the speech, especially for the children, if they don't sit quietly, show them the video part where Mataji is putting the everything, and they get to learn that she is the goddess from that. If your children don't like to listen to the talk and speech, and because they don't understand, but they like to see that all the things are done, so they just go and sit and like this. And it's nice to see that part. Bhajans, they like the goddess being praised. So you can do that part with them.
We get one last question. And then when you offer like the Rosetto and
makeup.
Yeah, makeup. And then sometimes they give it on the, I mean not here always in the some seminars, like the Mataji's chair. It's like it should be taken away, should be offered and taken away in the box, for example.
It's not a rule, but normally the meaning was that it was a moment where she would put makeup. So sometimes we used to hold one mirror in front of her so that she could see. So that was the mirror and the comb she would use. And then, of course, yes, we would take it away at that time. But now it's not a rule. Like, you can even keep it if it's like a decoration, if it's a silver, mirror.
Lipstick, like it could be taken away, not left on the chair.
Yeah, of course. Could. Yeah. So any other questions or
if anybody wants to share some moment with Shri Mataji or which has this kind of topic, concern with it. We are not the only ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I ask about the Lakshmi basket? Like, what should be included if it has changed over the years with like body lotion or what you
Okay, sorry, I have to say something on this. I'm very blunt about it. Sometimes we found anti-aging creams or the soaps for some disinfecting. So in the basket, the Lakshmi basket is to show Lakshmi Tattva. So we would really say put something handmade, like Vishwadaji for us we would make like embroidery stuff and all. Those kind of things are appreciated. Or even the kitchen stuff, some things. But not only soaps and creams and lotions, not only that, something auspicious, that's all. And if you can't make, we have said, put it on Annapurna or something that can be used. We are renovating the kitchen here, we want to renovate the kitchen there. If no, you can't make or you can't buy, don't just buy something useless or something not auspicious. In one of the speech she has said, the money of my children is the blood of, the collective money is the blood of my children. So it has to be used in the most auspicious manner. Let's not waste it, because of course whatever it comes in Lakshmi basket, or it is given to the school or in various structures of the foundation. But still I would advise something, not 10 baskets with soaps and marmalata and all that, something.
And then it's better not to wrap in the plastic cups.
Yeah, of course. Sorry, I don't know what I should say.
Is there any specific food that should not be offered for prasad? Is there anything that is not auspicious to offer at prasad at puja? Like Uncle Antonio once had told some aunties that you should offer for prasad what food you would like to offer to Shri Mataji. So like if she cannot take some, peanut and chocolate or something, what else would it be that Shri Mataji would take?
Well, the most thing is what you feel like she would like. So you prepare. I would advise not biscuits, only bought things, even handmade. We don't need to have lots of prasad. We need to have fresh handmade prasad. But if you are coming from far away, I can understand nobody can do. So it's not needed. Something nuts. Gods and goddesses love nuts, so you can bring nuts or something. But making, I think, things which you feel she would like, that's all. I wouldn't make a lemon cake because I know lemon, we never made that. So, but there's nothing specified for me. Alison, please help.
Not anything. If it's made with love.
Yes.
If it's made with love, biscuits,
Whatever. I just found a picture other day of cupcakes. I think 4 or 5 years ago, we made cupcakes for everyone. And there were little hearts put on that, on each cupcake as prasad. We had 1,000 or something cupcakes. And I found the picture of it and said, wow, how much love was there. And everybody had prepared like 50 or 100 cupcakes for prasad. So that kind of ideas.
What about salt prasad? It could be like, so not for Maha prasad salt, it could be, yes?
Yeah. Indian, like we prepare, there is a food plate which is offered to goddess at the end of every puja, and that is Mahaprasad, and that is all salty food.
So we
meditate 2 minutes before going up? Yes.